Fashion Jacqueline. Good afternoon and welcome to the show. I'm going to put some makeup on while we talk because that's what I do. That's what I do. I like to wear my makeup, but I feel like if I didn't take this time to talk to you guys, I would never speak to you guys because this is the only time I'm really sitting still long enough to have a conversation. And unfortunately, it means you'll have to see me without makeup, which I would prefer you didn't. But I'm not hiding behind my makeup. I'm not doing that. I hide behind my wig every single day when I go out, and that's enough hiding. I'm not going to be sitting here hiding behind my natural face. Y'all going to see me natural, and then you're going to see me with makeup on. And I don't wear a lot of makeup, actually. So if you're thinking this is going to be some sort of makeup tutorial, I hate to break it to you, but I'm not a makeup guru. I don't know anything about makeup except how to do my own. And I would love, actually, if somebody could maybe do my makeup for me in a way that I like it. I've had my makeup done by strangers, like at Ulta and Sephora and things like that. And honestly, I don't like what they do. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, if somebody could teach me how to do my makeup a little different one day, that would be great because I've been wearing the same makeup for like a decade or something like that. Anyhow, that's not what I'm here to talk about. Today I want to talk about the strangeness, the weird energy that we alopecians receive while we're out and about in the world. And I want to talk about how we, the responsibility that we have as good patrons of the world to help people to understand our alopecia and to treat us the way we feel like we should be treated. And I know what y'all are thinking because I'm thinking the same thing. And I've had these thoughts several times in my life. It's not my job to make people comfortable. I get it. It's not your job. But if you want to exist in this world and you want to have the same things that everyone has, it's kind of important that you give people room to understand you. You know what I'm saying? And I hate it. I'm not happy about it. It's not something I'm proud of. And I completely expect you to jump in the comments. I expect someone to jump in the comments and tell me that I'm wrong, that it's not our job to placate people and to, help them understand things. But as the years go by and I start questioning like why my life is the way that it is, why I have such few friends, you know what I mean? Why I'm so picky, why I'm so hypersensitive about how people look at me and the energy that I feel from people. I can't take myself out of the equation. I have to think about what role I play in how these people perceive me. And so I'm going to tell you what brought this whole conversation on. Okay. So yesterday was an unusual day. I don't know what made it so unusual because there wasn't anything stand out that actually happened. But I did go through 3 wig changes yesterday in one day. And for a split second, like a hot second, I was a little perturbed by the way I was received by the public. But it only lasted a split second because I caught myself and I realized, hey, I'm doing this. This is all me. I didn't have to come outside with 3 different wigs in one day. That was all me. So what happened exactly do I expect the public to treat someone who they don't even know how to look at? Okay. All right. So I woke up yesterday morning and I went to go make breakfast and I realized we didn't have any eggs. So the first thing I did before I even showered or anything else was I ran out to go get some eggs. I threw on the closest wig next to me. I always sleep with a wig by my bed, so I don't have to, in my mind, there's going to be a fire one night and I'm going to go scrambling for wigs and I'm not going to find one. But anyway, listen, don't start with me. Okay, don't start. So I keep on by my bed. Anyway, so I had this wig by my bed. I threw it on and I wore it to the store. And while I was out, I realized that wig needed a lot of work. So I just decided right then and there while I was at the store, I think while I was in the car, I looked in the rearview mirror and I was just like, oh, no, I'm not wearing this wig today. So then I went home and then I showered for real. I made my breakfast, whatever. I made anyone's breakfast. And then I showered and I put myself together and I put on a different wig. And that was supposed to be my wig for the day. I had to drive my niece to a job interview or something like that, and I wore the wig for that. And then I think I stopped. I stopped a few places. Here and there, post office, blah 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 blah. And I had this wig on. Not my favorite wig, but I was just doing errands, so I didn't need to put on my favorite wig for that, right? Then I got home, and my husband told me I didn't have to cook. What a wonderful thing. He was just like, "Oh, no cooking today. I'm taking you out to dinner." And I was like, "Great." So, of course, now I'm really getting dressed. I went and I put on another wig, right? So when I put on the wig to take my niece to the job interview, on my way out, I saw my neighbor, and my neighbor waved at me. I waved back. I'm neighborly, but we're not besties. Me and the neighbor, we don't talk like that, but we speak. Anyway, I waved at him. He waved back, and that was it. Then when I got ready to leave for this date with my husband, I was getting in the car and I saw the neighbor again, and the neighbor was outside with his wife this time. So I waved at them, and it was as though the neighbor didn't want to look at me. He didn't know how to look at me. He didn't know. I guess it doesn't occur to me. It doesn't occur to me when I make these drastic hair changes that people have to absorb it. People have to know how to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? And like, to someone who's used to wearing wigs, someone who's used to this lifestyle, right? Someone who's used to this, it's just like, what do you mean? How hard can it be? Just look at the person and you say hi, but not everybody's as used to it as us. Not everybody. And I remember when my husband and I first got married 20 something years ago, I remember having this big argument with him because there was a day where I went through a big wig change in front of a bunch of his friends. And he was so mad because I just came outside with red hair. We were all day long. I always wear this dark hair. At the time I was wearing dark wigs, and I wanted to go out. We were going out, and I figured, oh, this red wig is nice. So I put the red wig on. And one thing about me is my wigs be looking good, especially when I get down to it. Like, sometimes I throw a wig and it just looks like a wig. But when I get down to it, I can make a wig look really real, right? And my husband was very upset because he was like, you just threw on a red wig. And why? You could have told me, like, you could have said, and I just didn't understand why that would bother him. Anyway, we've been married. Again, we're still married 20 something years later, right? So everything worked out just fine. But I think we need to be cognizant about how we come across in the world. It just never really occurred to me that coming out different all the time is really strange for people to understand. And a lot of times they look at you funny, or they send you strange energy because they want to take a minute to absorb you. They want to actually stare at you. You know what I'm saying? They want to take a minute to understand what just happened. How did you do that with your hair? How does that wig look so real? They want to do all those things, but they also know better than to stare. So a lot of times the energy just gets so weird. They start turning their head. They don't want to look you directly in the eye. Their eyes are doing weird things. It's hard for us as the person who is receiving this weird energy to understand the energy, especially because all we did was just go inside and throw a wig on. And it felt like nothing. Like, we didn't do anything. All I did was throw a wig on. All of a sudden, the whole world is like oohing and ahhing around me. You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you a situation that happened to me a couple weeks ago. And yeah, I think you're going to understand where I'm coming from once I tell you the story. So I was at Walmart, and I wanted to see something inside the jewelry case at Walmart. So I had, you have to wait around Walmart. So I was waiting around, and the clerk who was managing that area, she was busy with other people, and I was basically just staring at her the whole time, waiting my turn, right? And I did notice that she was wearing a really, really, dare I say it, as a bald woman who's about to put on a wig, and it might be a bad wig, I don't even know, because that happens from time to time. But she was wearing a really bad wig, okay? It was like super bad. I honestly think that wig was a half wig that she was wearing as a full wig. You know what I'm saying? And half wigs, one thing about half wigs is they're not designed to blend into your skin or to look real at the hairline at all. They're designed to be hidden behind natural hair. And since she wasn't hiding that wig behind natural hair, it just looked really, really weird. I'm supposed to be doing my makeup. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. I don't like the way that I look. I apologize, everybody. and I have a TikTok audience that I'm not paying any attention to, and I apologize for that. So I apologize. Let me just organize this screen so I can see everybody. So let me get this makeup on as well, because I'm tired of seeing myself without it. Okay, I need a brush. So I was at Walmart, and I'm looking at the woman, and I'm noticing her hair from far. Another thing is I can't see. I have pretty bad eyes, right? So I had my contacts on, and when I'm wearing my contacts, my vision is not 20/20. It's kind of not. And it doesn't matter. Anyway, so it's kind of not. Anyway, so I'm staring at her, and I'm trying to understand. I apologize, because I know I had to get up away from the screen. I'm trying to understand why her hair looks so bad. And I want to stare at her wig. I actually want to stare at it to understand what it is. Like I said, it was a half wig, and I didn't realize that until she came over to help me. And only reason why I had the opportunity to discern what it was that she was wearing was because she put her head down into the case, and I could see like the rigid line. And I was like, oh, that's a half wig. Now, if she didn't have that opportunity if I didn't have that opportunity to look at the top of her head, like if she hadn't looked down into the jewelry case, I probably would have stopped looking at her, because I know better than to stare. We're not going to be like staring at the top of somebody's head, right? We've had that. If you're bald, you've had that happen before. Whether you wear the wig or not, people do obsess over your hair, right? That's a real thing. So, this woman was so nice too. And this happened to me a couple times too. This woman was so nice. She was so nice. She was so, the way I saw her, she just looked so comfortable in her skin. She looked so confident in her bad wig. It was just such an interesting thing to see. And I can't imagine how many times people have looked at me on days when my wig was not looking exactly the best, because in no way am I going to stand here and tell you that I don't have bad wig days. Bad wig days are a part of my life, especially because I kind of like to change my hair all the time. I wear different wigs all the time. So if I don't have a lot of time some days, and I don't sleep in my wigs, that's another thing. If I don't have a lot of time to do my wig one day, it might just not look that good. So I can't imagine how strange it is for people to encounter me wearing a bad wig, especially if they know something about wigs. Like, I'm sure somebody has wanted to say, why don't you, pull this part down? But they don't say it. And instead they just look away. And then the energy starts getting really weird, because they want to look. You want to know why they're not looking at you. And now there's this energy between these two people. One of them wants to say something. The other one wants to know what the other has to say. And eventually both wants to be left alone, because they're both very uncomfortable in that situation. So in life, I think it's important for us to know that we have to kind of consider the way that we come across as women who are different. And I'm sure everybody has to deal with that, right? Everybody, whether you have hair or not, you have to kind of manage the way you're perceived, of course. But it was just something that I had never really considered before. And I thought I would talk to you guys about it and ask how you feel about it. Because usually when I have these conversations about the weird energy that I get from people, when I have these conversations with my internet friends, the vast majority of you have the same thing to say, which is, it's not our job to make people feel comfortable. But I kind of think it does. I kind of think it is a little bit. I mean, of course, there's going to be weirdos. But one thing I know for sure is people want to look at you. People want to stop, pause, and stare. If they had the opportunity to stop, pause, and stare, I think they would take it, and they would just stare, and they would just ask questions. But people know better than to do that. So the energy gets weird when they fight that feeling, when they fight that urge and they just look away, or they try to look down, or they don't try not to look at you directly. You are beautiful. My wig has slid back at, hang on, let me read this comment from Bella. Hi, Bella. You are beautiful. My wig had slid back at an event and my husband never said a word. I was horrified. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because you're a husband. My husband is the same way. He's the same way. He might say something, or he might, and I don't even know. Even that comment, even what you just said right there is weird. Like I have had, first of all, I've had to go through so many attitude adjustments because of this. Because I don't know if I'm supposed to be angry at people. I don't know if I'm supposed to be patient with people. How do you be patient with someone who you think is trying to do you wrong? Like I've been out with friends and I've had like weird things, like you said, Bella, you said your wig slid back. Similar things has happened to me before, and I'm around girlfriends and I wonder why they didn't say anything, and I right away think they're hating me. Like, oh, that's only hate. Like if I saw my girlfriend and she had, or my homegirl or whoever, and her wig was sliding back, I think I would tell her, right? Or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't. If I no, I would absolutely tell someone if their wig was sliding back. But what I wouldn't tell someone is if I didn't like their hairstyle, or if I thought that it looked wiggy, especially if I believed that they would come tomorrow wearing a different wig. Then why bother? Why bother tell somebody that you don't think their hair looks right if you know this person is probably just going to change their wig tomorrow? And it never occurred to me that that's me. That's me. I'm going to change my wig tomorrow. So maybe there's been times when my wig has looked really bad and my friends have wanted to tell me. They chose not to tell me for that reason because they just know I'm going to wear it tomorrow. Or they are afraid that I might go inside and spend 3 hours doing another wig, like styling another wig, because that's what you would typically do, right? If you find out that your friends think your wig is ugly, you might be like, oh, it looks bad. Let me go inside and prepare another wig, which is 3 hours. And maybe they don't want to wait for you for 3 hours. So just leave the wig on, throw a hat on, and I'm not wearing a hat. I know there's just so many things to navigate. Bella says, asked him I was sleeping with the enemy. What was that? What does that mean? Girl, we laughed at all the way home. You said you told and asked him I was sleeping with the enemy. What is that? Oh, you told him you were sleeping with the enemy. Yeah, I felt like that before too. I was so mad. I don't know if you were here when I started this live stream, but I told the story about a time my husband and I got into it because we were out on vacation with friends, and I wear a wig every day in my everyday life. And we were with mostly his friends at this party or at this vacation. This was years ago, by the way, like 20 years ago. So if I get the information wrong, if I stutter, it's just because I don't remember it exactly. But anyway, I know that I had bought a red wig that I had intended to wear. At the time, I was wearing brunette hair. Now I wear blonde all the time. But at the time, I was wearing brunette hair. And that day, I just wanted to wear this bright red wig. And I didn't tell my husband. We were like supposed to meet for dinner. I told him go downstairs and hang with your friends. I'll be down there in a minute. I get down there and wearing this bright red wig. And he was just like, what? And he doesn't I thought all his friends knew that I wore a wig. And they did. So I didn't really understand my husband's frustration. But anyway, we got past it. We got past it. It's just, you really do have to consider other people. And I know it feels like it's wrong. Like, it's not my job to make you feel comfortable. It's my job to feel comfortable in my skin. And that's how I feel comfortable. I feel most comfortable when I can talk freely about the fact that I'm wearing a wig, and when I can change my wig 20 times a day when I feel like it. Because I do wear the wig outside every single day. And that's because I don't like to explain to strangers who constantly want to know why I'm bald. I hate that conversation. So to avoid it, I wear the wig. Also, I kind of like hair. I like hairstyles, right? So that's another reason. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. But yes, Bella. Are you still there? You still there? Okay. But yeah, that's the gist of this conversation. I'm going to throw some more makeup on really quick. And then I'm going to cut this wig. I don't know if you guys want to hang out with me. I wore the wig that I wore yesterday the third wig that I wore yesterday. While I was wearing that, I noticed that there was something about it I wanted to change. So I'm going to change that really quick. I cut a lot of my wigs myself. I style a lot of the wigs myself. So this particular wig I cut myself and I don't like the job that I did. So we're going to work on that in a second. But let me just get these eyebrows on and these eyelashes, and then I'll feel a little bit better about myself. Okay. So what I do every day is I wear the same eyelashes for 1 week. The same eyelashes, and I clean them every night with C22 solvent. I put them in a little dish like this, and I let them sit overnight, and all that solvent takes away the glue. And then I can wear them nice and fresh and clean. So that's what I did right here. Hang on. Sometimes I don't throw away the eyelashes as quickly as I should. Like if they still look good, I won't throw them away, but I also won't wear them. So I should just throw them away. So now I'm a little confused about which one of these eyelashes is any good. I'm gonna throw them away though. Okay, wait. Yeah, today will be the last day that I have more than one set of eyelashes. Okay, so I'm gonna wear these. They're nice and clean and they match. And the other two, yeah, I'll throw this. Yeah, I'm throwing these away. Okay. Well, they don't quite match. Oh, that's weird. Anyhow, don't get lost in these conversations because I could just sit here for hours investigating eyelashes. No, this one isn't good. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Get the eyelashes. So this is the wig. You know what? My ADHD is just kicking my ass today. Let me just be quiet and do my damn eyelashes. Okay, hang on. Where's my lash glue? Oh my god, y'all. See, this is why I do my makeup right here on live stream, because if I had to do all this before I started, we would never speak. I'd be busy looking for my eyelashes all day long. Okay, hang on. I found my lash glue. So I'm using the Duo lash glue, and I like the one with the brush because I actually also use the glue with the brush to oh, that was too thick. To seal my eyebrows, to keep them from wiping off throughout the day. And it really does work, y'all. So definitely do this. This is one thing you should do. Just make sure that your coating of glue is very light, because things will stick to it and your hair will start sticking to it if you're not careful. Wait a minute. What did I do here? What have I done? Hang on. Here we go. You guys are quiet in the chats. I'm listening to you. If you guys want to talk. Ooh, TikTok, I lost you. I'm sorry. Here we go. Bella says she does the same. You do the same what? Oh, for the eyelashes? Yeah, they get expensive. I am looking for a better brand, though. I kind of don't like the way these lashes... You know what they do? They kind of like lay flat against your eyelash. You ever notice that? Against your eyelid? I hate that. I mean, they don't do it all the time, but if you're not careful and you're not cognizant of it throughout the day, your lashes will definitely just turn on you. It gets so weird. Okay, hang on. Let's put these on real quick. Yeah, I'd like a different brand, to be honest, but they're just so hard to find. And I'm not a product girly. I'm not the kind who likes to try lots of different products, because products get expensive and I hate buying things only to never use it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I buy something and I don't really like it, I'm just not going to use it. I'm not going to just be like, well, I'll make do and use it for now. No, I'm just not going to use it, period. You know what I mean? So it really does become a waste. And I think that's what happened here because they stopped making the brand of lashes that I typically use. No, they stopped making the style. The brand is still there, but the style that I typically go for I guess they discontinued it because I can't find it. So I've been basically just wearing whatever they have available, whatever looks right on Amazon. You know what I mean? And I don't like it. So I have to cut it and do all kind of things to it. But okay, well, that looks okay. Hopefully it won't go smash against my lash like that. This is how they look when you're not careful. That's terrible. Oh my God. Would you say you order bulk from Shein? Which one do you get? Please, link. I do not look good with big eyelashes, like long eyelashes. I really have, because I have a classic face. My face is extremely classic. Classic faces don't really carry lots of makeup really well. Like I can't even really wear red lipstick. I can just wear very neutral colors. I can wear a pink, but it has to be kind of a subtle pink. Even this pink that I typically wear is a little bit too, well, this is the one I bought recently. This is Clinique, but it might be a little bit too pink. So I have to kind of plot it. See, you see how bright that looks, right? I just don't carry color well, like on my face. Let me just tone that down. It's still too bright. I don't like it. You said you ordered the wispy feather light ones. So you also like the light ones, right? Like I don't like those long ones. Some of them are like a whole inch long, half-inch long. That's a lot. That's a lot of lash to carry. I don't know how people carry it. And to be honest, I see a lot of people carrying it and I think they shouldn't, but that's not me to decide. That's another reason why I would stare at someone. Like I would want to stare. I would want to stare. My niece wears these very, very long eyelashes. That's very, very much in style for the young people, the very young people. My niece is literally like 20 years old and she wears these heavy eyelashes. And I know the look because it's the look, you know, the straight bust down with the baby hairs. They finally got away from the baby hairs, thank God. But the eyelashes are very, very heavy. And I'm always like, wow, those are some heavy eyelashes. I could never. Bella says those long, thick ones dry your eyes so badly. I can imagine they would just have you like blinking and crying all the time. I just couldn't, but she handles them well, my niece. I'm about to start like making her do my wigs because she does a good job with her own wigs. But she also sleeps in her wigs, and I don't really understand this. I don't understand because she has beautiful hair underneath, like gorgeous hair. I don't understand young people on this wig thing. I don't get it. Apparently, the new style it's becoming passe to wear wigs, and I'm actually looking forward to that. I don't like seeing everybody wear wigs, and honestly, the wig game changed so much as the market became so saturated with buyers. It's hard to find good quality hair now. You don't know. There's so many pop-up wig suppliers or wig sellers that you don't even know who's good. And I bought a bunch of duds. I don't know. I don't know. Anyhow, y'all, that's all I wanted to talk about. Oh, and I did tell you I was going to style this wig. So I will hang out on live and style this wig with you guys if you want to hang out. So this is the wig that I wore yesterday. Where's my comb? Of course I don't have a comb. Why would I have a comb here? This is what I have, and none of them are right. Okay, so, but I'm going to use them. Okay, so this is the wig that I wore yesterday, and I did notice that I didn't like the way I cut it. I didn't do a good job cutting. Hang on. Well, this is Once on here has a beautiful, Unite on here has a beautiful natural looking blowout layered bob. It's flowy and gorgeous. Please share, please share. I don't look good in dark hair anymore. That's another challenge of mine. As I got older, that's another thing. I told you I can't carry like red lipstick or I can't carry a lot of things now that I'm older, that I used to be able to carry years ago. Dark hair is one of them. Super straight hair is another thing. I used to be able to rock the bust down. The straight hair, no more, no more, no more straight hair. It has to have some layers in it. Otherwise, it just ages me. But I have seen a lot of those nice bobs on UNice. I just haven't seen them in my color. Have you seen any in my color? I don't expect people to be looking for wigs in my color. I don't. But if you guys know of a nice bob, that's quality, because I can't stand hair that starts to misbehave while you're wearing it. Then please let me know. Please let me know. So this is what I did wrong. You see how choppy? I don't even know how I did that. But this needs to be fixed. So I'm going to do it with my scissor and my shears. So I lent this scissor to my niece. I hope that she didn't cut anything besides hair with it, because that dulls out the scissor. Now I have to decide how I'm going to do this. And you know what? I don't want to use this camera because I can't see that well. I need a mirror that I could just look straight into. So I don't want to mess this up. Very, very important. Okay. Hang on. Get this right. Okay. Let's get started. Got to stand up for the haircut. There's a lot of things in this haircut. I don't know exactly all that went wrong with this wig, but I did extend the wig. Let me show you. You see right here, this wig is a Motown Tress wig originally. Someone asked about this wig yesterday, and I wanted to tell them the name, but I couldn't find the card. It's the first time I ever bought the wig, and to be honest, there was some things about it that I didn't love. One of them is this part, which is so scanty. I love a parting space that is generous so that I could kind of move the part around as much as possible. But this one was not generous at all. And also the extended lace was literally like a 1/4 inch, which wasn't enough for me. So I had an old wig, old synthetic wig that was heat friendly. And I cut it off. I cut a piece of the hairline off, and I used it for this one, and I sewed it here. So that's what it looks like here. So this wig is pieced together very much. And sometimes I'm a little conservative with cutting just because I have overcut many times. So a lot of times I'll leave things just good enough, even though they need more work. You know what I'm saying? Like this one here, I thought I was leaving it good enough, but it's not good enough. It needs work. This right here is not good. I don't like the way that's falling. So let's fix it. I wonder if I could fix this without losing too much length. You wear bronze blonde now? Ooh, that's a great color. Which brand does that one? Where are you able to get that color from? You were very specific about the name of the color. Bronze blonde. I wonder if that's a standard color, and which brand is doing it. Okay, so this is the problem here. Short hair, long hair. But how do I get this to be even without cutting too much of this length? I'm scared. I think I'm gonna have to do the whole thing, and I don't want to shorten it too much. I kind of like this length on this side. What should I do? Somebody tell me in the comments. What should I do? What should I do? Or should I just leave it? Can't leave it. Leaving it is not an option. Let's just start cutting. We'll start cutting with the thinning shears. The beautiful thing about the thinning shears is if you get something a little wrong, you can fix it right. It's not detrimental because you're only cutting a few strands at a time instead of, that blunt cut you get with a scissor. How's that? And I know somebody's going to be like, oh, why don't you just take it to a salon and have them do it? Y'all, I've taken wigs to salons under the assumption that they would do better than me, and really they don't. I had this one, I think in my lifetime I've had 2 stylists that really knew exactly how I liked, for my hair to look. But outside of that, I don't have them anymore. One of them has passed away, and the other one ruined my daughter's hair. So I won't go back to her because she ruined my daughter's hair. Her natural hair, her actual hair. So I can't go back to her. We actually got into it because I can't believe that she burnt my daughter's hair the way she did. But anyway, neither here nor there. Yeah, not everybody knows how to do what you want them to do the way you want them to do it. Oh, can you see that? Oh, Bella says go to a salon. See? I feel you. I feel you. I wish I knew a salon that could do it. I mean, and I don't like gambling with people. I don't like it. I'd rather just do it myself. I'm going to get this right. I believe in myself. I know you don't believe in me, Bella. And I can understand why, because I look like I don't know what I'm doing. And it's probably because I don't. But I figure it out. I figure it out. Does that look any better? Is it getting better? I think it's getting better. What y'all think? Like my daughter, like I said, this wig look is very popular amongst the kids these days. And my daughter for her prom, which was probably like 3 years ago. My daughter's prom was 3 years ago. Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. She wanted to wear this wig. I don't know why she wants to wear the wig because she has beautiful hair of her own. She doesn't have to. But I can't, like I said, I have to consider what other people think when they see me. When I look at my niece and I'm like, why are you wearing the wig? And she's been watching me wear a wig my whole life. It's kind of a strange conversation to have. So it was really weird for me to tell my daughter, don't wear a wig for your prom. So instead of telling her not to, I just let her do it. And I wanted her to have the whole prom experience with, the stylist and everything like that. So I asked around everyone who I know, who do you know who knows how to style a wig really good? And I got this name about this woman in Brooklyn. I took my daughter to this woman, and I hated the job that she did. I don't like the way my daughter's hair came out, and I could have done it better, but I didn't believe in myself enough to say, okay, I'll do your hair. It was her problem, so I needed it to look great. You know what I mean? So I expected this woman to make it look great, and really, I don't think she did a great job. To this day, I hate that wig. I hate the wig that she did. How's it looking, Bella? Is it passing the Bella test? Hang on. See this chunk right here? This is too thick. I don't know where these chunks be coming from. Hang on. Hang on, hang on. I'm just going to thin it right here. This area is very thick. Is that better? Not yet, right? Still got to go? Still got cutting to do? Bella says, yes. Thank you so much, Bella. Thank you. Ooh, I snatched my earring out of my ear. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're getting closer. I can see it happening. I think the trick is to not use that scissor. The scissor would give me such a blunt cut. Once you make that scissor cut, you got to go with it. Here with the shears, there's a little bit more room for error. Is that better? Bella says, was that the shoulder length one you had on a few videos back? Do you mean this one? I mean, I've worn this wig before, so it could have been, but I'm not exactly sure which wig you're talking about. I only have 2 short shoulder length ones or short ones. That's a lie. I have a few short shoulder length ones, but it's probably this one or this one, which I have since cut. Oh, this is the one that you saw me wear. But this one I have since cut very short, and I really love this wig. but I need to I need to iron it. I need to go over it with the hot iron. This is might be one of my favorite wigs. This one in my hand, but I want this to become a favorite too because I really like this wig. So let's work on it. Let's see what we got going here. You see how uneven that is? You see it? Like right there? Let's cut it. I hate cutting it because you never know what it's going to look like when it's a little shorter, but gotta do it. Gotta do it. It can't be uneven. Uneven is just not okay. Is that better? Thank you, Bella. Thank you. Bella says it's a little bit better. Or she says it's better. I still see weirdness. But I'm also scared to cut anymore because I don't want it to be too short. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, look at the unevenness going on right there. Okay. Let's pass the iron over it and see if we can just leave it like this. This iron is not hot enough. Ooh, I had it on really low. I love a curling iron that has a temperature setting that goes from really low. This starts at 140. Y'all know you could curl a synthetic wig, a non-heat safe synthetic wig at a temperature of 210. 210. But you gotta make sure that the heat tool that you use is reliable because 210 is not exactly 210 if you're going for cheap tools or no name tools. I wouldn't trust it. The important thing is to be able to pass your hand over the plate. As long as you can pass your hand over the plate, you can curl a synthetic wig. If you can't pass over it, that means you're going to burn the wig. If it burns your hand, it'll burn the wig. But this is a human hair wig, so it doesn't matter. Except the front. The front is synthetic, but it's ooh, look at that. But it is a heat safe synthetic. And if you're just joining, it's synthetic because I pieced the wig together. So it's half synthetic, half human, or something like that. Not half, but like 30% synthetic or 20% synthetic and 80% human. And the reason the haircut is so weird is because the synthetic wig I pieced this together with was cut completely different than this actual wig right here. Okay, all right. So we were curling, right? Let's curl. Or bump, or whatever you call this. I looked at that and thought of cutting it, but I'm not going to do that. Let me not be scissor happy. I don't want to be Jackie Scissor Hands. See, but this right here, woo! You know what? Jackie Scissorhands is back. It's really, the density on this wig is very odd. Like, it was very thick right here. I don't even know why. Okay, that's better. My floor is a mess. Oh, Bella says it's a little heavy in that spot. Yeah, yeah, thank you. Bella, you and I are on the same page. You should come over. We would have so much fun. Where do you live, Bella? Are you in New York? I'm in New York. I could talk about wigs and hair loss ad nauseum. That's the reason why I started this channel. Sometimes, you know what movie I love? I love Forrest Gump. So I always think about myself when I watch that movie. And I always note how similar I am to Bubba Gump. You know how Bubba Gump could talk about shrimp all day long? I could literally talk about wigs and hair loss 24 hours straight. It's OCD-ish. It's definitely spectrum-like. So I don't know where I would go to discuss this if I didn't have the internet. So I'm grateful. I am grateful that I have you guys to talk to here about wigs and baldness, because who else wants to listen to this nonsense? Certainly not the rest of the world who's full of hair. Is that better? What you think, Belle? That could use some work, but I don't want to cut it that short. Would you cut it, Bella? Should I? Should I try to make it even, or should I leave it? Oh, you're in North Carolina? Oh, yeah, North Carolina's been in the news because of that kid who was hanged. I don't know what's going on in this world, but I don't want to talk about it. It's too heavy for this conversation. I'm just going to talk about wigs and baldness. But yes, I love North Carolina. I only made that association because the situation is forefront in my mind right now. Is that okay? Or should I try to even it out some more? All right, and then we have this very scanty hairline to deal with, and as you can see, in order for me, okay, first of all, the hairline is all naturally this far over. What is that? Why would anyone want to part their hair like here? So I have to turn it. You see, this is the hair. Actually, no, I exaggerated it. So this is the temple. This is where the hairline is supposed to fall based on the hairstyle. But not exactly, because you only get this little tiny bit of parting space. Okay, so let me show y'all how easy it is for me to get annoyed with a wig as I'm styling it and just give up. Okay, I'm done. I don't want to wear that wig anymore. I'm done. Let's work on the other wig. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to work on that wig some more, but I'm getting sweaty, so I'm done. Bella, I love you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I don't know which wig I'm wearing today, but I'm sure I'll shock the neighbors. Maybe I'll wear this. I have to straighten this one too. Which one? Bella says it's nice. It's giving Meg Ryan When a Man Loves a Woman. This one? Or this one? I think you're talking about this one. I like this one. I don't want to quit on this wig yet because I feel like it just has so much potential. And I've enjoyed this wig before many times, but only for like an hour or two. Because the second I take a minute to really assess it, I start not liking it. Because I had a lot of fun in this wig yesterday when I worked. But then when I sat down and assessed it, I was like, I need to fix this, I need to fix that, and now I hate it. All right. I don't know what I'm doing today. Maybe I'll just not wear either of these wigs. Because I think I've had enough of cutting and styling. I'm really warm. I have to turn the AC up. Let me just pass the iron over here. Is that better? Is that better? I'm gonna have to take this wig off and put it on my knee and style it. Hopefully, it'll get better after I do that. But I'm so warm now. I think I'm done. Bella says she likes it. Thank you so much, Bella. Maybe I need different makeup or something. I don't know. We're gonna work on this. I'm not sure yet how to do it. But I'm going to be more mindful of how I present myself to people so I don't shock them the way I have been. Ooh, look at all that unevenness. But at the same time, I'm not, because I love changing up my wigs. I love having those options. I love being able to say, okay, I'm having this wig, take it off, hang it up, and go pull out another one. I just love that. So I'm never going to stop doing that, but I'm going to be more understanding when people start looking at me funny. I'm going to stop acting like I don't get it, because now I finally do get it. Bella says, girl, you are wearing that until you go, girl. Thank you so much, babes. All right. I don't know. I think I'm hot. I think that's why I feel the way I feel. Like I'm really warm. I'm sweating under this wig. And somebody's at the door. Okay. I love you guys, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks so much. Bella, make sure that you come back again. I want to hang out. I want to talk some more. You're fun. Let's be fun some more. Okay? Peace out, everyone. I love you, and we'll talk soon.